I've been in a conversation for the last 2 days about creative sovereignty. And I think this is something that's coming up in a lot of the conversations that I'm in, is what are the possible components of creative sovereignty, and we'll get to some things.
Can you explain that?
It's we're in the middle of a time where a lot of the platforms that are available to us they're toxic. They really are extractive. And so how do you secede? I've been thinking about this just personally. I was thinking about doing a little blog post about my secession, just like what's my personal, what can I secede from? Because we're in a toxic moment now. And so what are we building that is not toxic? What are the least toxic things that are out there? I feel like we need an inventory. But these things, so how do you own your own mailings? When people, we'll get to this in a second, I'll just say it again now. When somebody tells me, oh, but I have a lot of people on Instagram or Facebook, who's like, I'm sorry, no, that's just not good enough. You don't own that. You don't control the algorithm. They can overnight change it on you, and you don't get a vote. Yeah. So you have no control. What's good about that?
I think there's a turn of phrase which I think we've touched on, which is sort of owning or renting, and there's an element of you're renting your relationships to your constituents and your friends and your fans when you don't have control over whether they see the information you publish. Whereas in a newsletter or some sort of unmediated, simple kind of list of email addresses or list of numbers, you can actually say, hey, I'm sending this to people that are getting it.